So, have you been thinking about some New Year's resolutions or goals or things you want to accomplish to make your life better in 2024? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tackle two topics, Organizing 101 and my new cleaning schedule, and I can't wait to share it with you. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. You know I'm 72, and I just say it because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank my lovely subscribers, all my dear friends that watch my videos, that comment, that are just so supportive, so kind. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss any of these 2024 videos with a different theme every month, that I do it all, from decor to crafts to tiered trays to tablescapes. I do it all. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. So today I'm doing what I call a two-parter. So the first part is Organizing 101. I'm coming from a year where I got a lot of stuff organized, and I want to give you my 5 tips if you're just starting out to organize and declutter your home. The second part I want to talk about are my cleaning tips. You know, I told you I'm good at surface cleaning, but the deep cleaning, the floors in the corner, the baseboards, all of that, I just feel like I've been slacking. So I want to share a new schedule with you. Stay till the end. I have a very good makeup declutter and organizational thing I want to show you. Okay, so I can't wait to show you how I organize my makeup. All right, so let's get started here. So first of all, to really have an organized home, number one, the first most important thing is to declutter, okay? Now, you can do this many different ways. You can take one room at a time and work on a room. And if you're going to work on a room, I always recommend, like when you clean, to start at one end and go all the way around. Have a trash bag. Have a donation bag, okay? Now, what you want to do when you start going through things, and I kind of have in my mind, like if you're doing clothes or you're doing craft supplies, put like with like. Put all your shoes together, put all your bags together, put all your jackets together, things like that. Same with craft room. Put your scrap paper together, your embellishments, your pens, or whatever you use and you craft with, put them in, I call it like with like, because that's how you're going to organize things. That works for me. Now, you might have another way. You might say, well, Bonnie, I do things a little different. I do by project or something. That's fine. Doesn't matter. But I find like with like. So when I want to go get a doily, I know what box it's in. It's in my vintage box, because that's with all my old-fashioned stuff. You know what I'm saying? I kind of recommend, now you might be different, but what works for me is not taking everything out of the closet at once. You come a point in organizing when you want to do that, but have you ever taken everything out of your closet and you're so exhausted, you're going, oh, I don't even feel like organizing or getting rid of stuff, and now I got to clean it all off my bed to go to sleep tonight, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Do however works for you. Do half your closet, or just do one section, or just do shoes or bags or something like that, and take little chunks. Here's what I recommend. When you get that bag filled up for the Goodwill or wherever you donate to, call them for a pickup or put it in your car. Seriously, don't leave it in the entryway, because you're going to turn around and, what did I put in there? You start going through it and you start taking stuff out. And another thing you can do when you're getting rid of stuff is it going to be reasonable for me to replace that in case I absolutely have to have it in the future? And can I get it again? So before you say, well, I'm going to use this one of these days, you know, you can't, at least I tell myself, Bonnie, you can't keep everything, and you got to stop buying. Okay, so that's part of this too. So decluttering is so important first. Get rid of the trash, get rid of the donations. Now you can see what you have. You might say, you know what? I don't even have a good pair of jeans. You know what? I need a die or a paper punch for stars or hearts or whatever it is. I don't have one, or I have 6 of them. Okay, so declutter first. That's my most important to get organized. Number 2, organize. This works for me, and you might want to try it. If it doesn't, you can organize it by a different way, but by item, like with like. I have all my butterflies and bird embellishments in one of my little boxes, and they're labeled. I have doilies and kind of vintage looking things in my vintage box. And after a while, you're gonna know what's in these boxes. Put them what makes sense to you. Okay, so you're gonna put them in a box and you're gonna label it. And try to have kind of matching boxes in an area if you can. It looks tidier to me anyway. I really don't care how messy it is in the box. I want to look and just see organization. So whether you have a box or a bin or a bag or whatever you keep your stuff in, have it labeled. Have it labeled that makes sense to you. Okay, so number 1 is to declutter. Number 2 is to group everything by type and put it in a place that's labeled. Okay, so I don't know. It just makes me so happy to walk in my office and see everything all put away in labeled boxes and bins. It just makes me so happy. So number 3, and I mentioned this in another video, is keep your surfaces clean. Every night, I make a big mess in my den because I sit at my coffee table and I craft. I've got smart now. I keep a little trash can underneath me so I can put the trash away real fast. But I'm bringing glue sticks and my glue gun and my stamp pad and my block and different stamps and punches and my bag of ribbons and stuff like that. When I get done with my project, it either goes in a tub if I'm going to be working on it like the next day, or it all gets put away. Okay. I can't tell you what a good feeling it is to get everything put away, and then I have my dinner and everything's nice and tidy again. So I think this is so important, is to keep your surfaces clear. Your coffee table, your tables, they're like catches because we can put stuff all over them. In my office, my desk. Remember I showed you, I keep nothing on there except I have one little thing that's got all important photos and stuff in it. And everything else is in labeled boxes or in drawers. Everything is put away. Nothing is left out because that's where the piles start. That's what got me in trouble in the office when you couldn't even walk in there. Keep your surfaces clear. That's number 3. Number 4 is keep things off the floor. Good example. In my office, I had a bunch of fabric on bolts and wrapping paper just laying there in the corner, and I had some curtain rods and all of that. Everything off the floor, because guess what? Then you can vacuum and keep things clean. And when your surfaces are clear, you can clean your countertops and your tops of your tables. Keep things off the floor. There's something about looking into a room and having piles of stuff on the floor. It looks not organized. It looks like a mess. So keep things off the floor. And here's my last advice on organizing. You have to keep organized, okay? Number 1, if you find a better way of doing things, try it and see if it works. I mean, I've reorganized, I think, my craft room 3 times, but obviously it's working because I've had a very clean craft room now for quite a while. So it really does work. Here's the second part of number 5 is putting things away. Take once or twice a day just to take a look around your house. Oh, this goes back in the bathroom. This goes back in my office. This goes here. Put the stuff away. That way you wake up to a halfway looking cleaned up house. And why am I talking about cleaning also? This is all intertwined. Clutter, you can't clean. When things aren't organized and everything's a mess, you can't clean. Things get dirty. And I think visually, it's very good to see things organized and put away because it looks tidy, but it's not the same as clean. So I want to share something with you really quickly. You know, I'm having surgery in 11 days from when I'm filming this video. January 24th. So I'm not able to really go full on with this cleaning schedule, but I tried it for 1 week and it worked pretty good. So here's my schedule. After you get the areas cleaned up, and the reason why this is so important, do you have stuff all over your counter in your bathroom? How can you clean your bathroom in like 10 minutes? You should be able to clean it in 10 minutes. Maybe the shower a little longer, but you should be able to clean it. But if you have to put everything away and put stuff in other rooms, you can't do it. So I do the bathrooms. I have 2 bathrooms on Monday. Tuesday is dusting and the mirrors. And when I say dusting, I watched a video that was so good. You go around the room and you go top to bottom. So all the dust falls. Now, if you want to do dusting and vacuuming, you could do that on one day. You do whatever you want that works for you. But I thought, to dust everything, cobwebs, shutters, do all that, and then clean the mirrors. And then the next day, I vacuum and mop the floor. So I have laminate floor. So when I say mop, I mean I'm gonna spray a little cleaner, and what I'm gonna do is do a Swiffer thing with a microfiber cloth on it. And that's how I'm gonna be mopping my floors. So I get in the corners, I get all the dust things off. Thursday's the kitchen. That's a deep clean. That's to wipe down the cabinets, really take apart the stove and clean that well. Friday's my car. I never clean my car. I'm so embarrassed to say this. My husband's car, you can eat off any surface of his car. That's the last thing, man. That's transportation. I get in, get out. I try to keep it clean, you know, uncluttered inside, but my car. Saturday is going to be one of my projects, my back room. I still haven't finished yet. I've got to do that before my surgery so I can get in there with a walker. That has to be done. So Saturday I do that. Sunday is laundry, changing the beds, taking out the trash, and doing any watering, and maybe checking in the yard a little bit. So anyway, I think that's really, really good. And I do this daily without thinking. I always clean the kitchen and do the dishes and clean the counters. I make my bed in the morning. I just tidy up during the day. So I do that every day, but those are the things to do during the week. All right, I'm so glad you stayed till the end because I want to show you how I organize my makeup. Now, let me tell you, before I married my husband, I lived in an apartment and I had a whole area that had my sink in it, and then my toilet was in a separate section with my bath. I had a gigantic cabinet and it was full. Well, guess what? My husband has the master bathroom, that's his. I use the other bathroom with the bathtub in it and all, and a shower. I have no drawers in there. I have under the cabinet. So what I've done is I've had to put everything under the cabinet, and I got so sick of my makeup being out all the time. So look what I did. I pared down my makeup. I decluttered my makeup. I got one of these at Ross, I think. And I start over here, and I have my IT Cosmetics makeup I put on. Here's my nice brush, and I do my translucent powders. I have my blush, and I have my highlighter and my lipsticks. And that's all I really use. I have skincare and stuff, but some of this other stuff in here, I don't really use. I keep scissors, and you guys, these things are fabulous. They're made for the eyebrows. They're like little razors, but you can't really cut yourself. You could cut yourself, but I use this to get rid of my peach fuzz. #1 beauty trick, I can tell you. Anyway, every time I use this, I use it, and then I put everything back in it, and I put it under my sink, and I have a completely clean bathroom counter. It's so fabulous. Anyway, I hope some of these organizational tips help. Like I say, then you get organized and decluttered, then you can start really keeping things clean. They're really, really intertwined. But I hope I gave you some tips. I know we're all trying to organize and declutter all the time. I hope you love this so much. I hope you got so inspired, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.